Right, welcome to cooking a leg of lamb the proper way with David List. For me, there's only one real way to cook lamb. I've been to Greece many times. They cook it, they call it kaleftiko. What I've done is turned it into my own little mixture of what I like to call a leg of lamb. Now, what you really want is a good 2 kilo, like welfare leg of lamb, or straight from the butcher's joint. Most of the supermarkets have a half price leg of lamb offer now and again, down from £10 to £5 a kilo. You really want about 2 kilos of lamb. Now what you want to do is you want to get that lamb, poke it with a knife in 3 or 4 different places. Once you've got the knife in, just turn it a bit to create a hole. With that hole, we then want to fill with our marinade. Now what I tend to use is a little bit of olive oil, some mint, some rosemary, mash that up in a mortar and pestle so you get a nice base. With that base then, just cover the lamb. Some people put some mustard in. You can put whatever you like in, a bit of sage, you can even put a bay leaf in there and smash that up and use it as a marinade. And then when you've got the lamb covered, a bit of salt and pepper obviously, season well. When you've got the lamb covered, whack it in the oven at about 190, 200 degrees centigrade. I use a non-fan assisted oven. We put that in there, we leave that for about 20, 25 minutes, half an hour, depending, just have a look, just take it out, see if it looks brown. If it's brown, then you're done, you pluck it. Bring that out, whack that on the tray. Now this is where the real magic starts. This is where you've got to add your, what I call base spices. So I like to add 300 ml of stock, whatever stock you got, beef stock, pork stock, chicken stock, lamb stock. Ideally, I use sort of lamb, 1 lamb cube, 1 beef cube, 1 vegetable cube, 300 ml of boiling water, mix that up, then add 300 ml of white wine. It doesn't matter what wine you use. I mean, if you're a red wine lover, add red wine. It's just going to add to the flavour. It's going to give you a lovely base. When you've got that in your tray, then you can add whatever vegetables you like. I mean, I like to add onion, carrot, bit of celery, crushed garlic. Crush a bit of that garlic on there, but the flavour at the end will be superb. Now, once you've done that, cover it with tin foil, whack it back in the oven for around about 5 to 6 hours, but at about 140 degrees. I mean, a lot of people say 100 degrees. For me, that still makes the lamb a little bit tough. So I go about 140 degrees for about 6 to 6.5 hours. When I get the lamb out, let's see what it looks like. Now be careful, because obviously there's a lot of juices in this lamb. So when you're pulling this from the oven, just be careful to what you do with it. So we're going to rest that on a nice, hard, non-heat contact surface. And now we're going to see what we've got when we remove this foil. Okay? So we're taking the foil off. And look at that bad boy. Now, like I say, be very careful, because it will be extremely hot. And the lamb will literally just fall off the bone. Now, a lot of people might look at this and say, there's a lot of moisture in there. Well, moisture, there's a lot of water in there. But that's not water, that's gravy, bad boy. Look at that. I mean, some lemon I chucked in there as well. But look at these, like little miniature floating canoes. There's flavour everywhere. Now, what you do with this is, you'll take the lamb out, but like I say, be careful, because it is literally falling off the bone. So we're going to put this lamb, take this lamb out really carefully, whack it on a plate, cover it with tin foil. You can leave it there as long as you like. If you've got dinner in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, it doesn't matter, because the gravy you're going to make from this, which you pour over the meat then after you've carved it, is going to heat that meat straight back up again, and you're going to have immense flavours. To me, this is the dogs. There is no other meat. I mean, people have rack of rib, but for me, this is my favourite. You've been watching Cooking with David List. Have a good one.